stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Yule. It's so nice to have everyone here on this beautiful Monday morning. It's a beautiful, any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day. And today is no different because I'm going to be here with the whole crew. Checks. I'm so glad you've been getting some street. I'm so glad you've been getting some street cred checks. No, I'm so glad you've been getting some sleep. It's so nice to see your name in the chat, my friend. It's been a while. Love having you here. Dev Dad, welcome back. Komar, thank you for being first. Coding Chemist, thank you for being first. The second first. It's nice to have you guys here on this beautiful day. Welcome aboard. If you guys got to head out, no problem, because I know today's a very special day for many, many people, including myself. I don't know that today. Yes, today is going to be a special day. We got a Christmas tree this year. There's presents under the Christmas tree. It's going to be fun. I didn't celebrate. I didn't celebrate Christmas last year. This is the first year in like 10, 15 years, I think, since I had an actual Christmas tree. So that's exciting. I'm excited to get into it, get there. But we got to save Christmas first. We got to get this snow machine working. If you guys have been following the advent of code, you know it started because there was no snow and we traveled our way. We had to travel, exclamation point third to go get, exclamation point first to get your first position. You can do an exclamation point third to get the first third. If you want though. But yeah, as you guys know, we've been doing the advent of code. Check out this world map here. We started down here. Day one. There was no snow, so we decided we gotta go save Christmas. We gotta get the 50 stars to get the snow released. We have 48 stars. We've got 48 stars. Code Monk, welcome back in Q23. It's nice to see you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Yule. We're on day 25. We got 48 stars, 2 stars to go. We're almost there. I'm hoping Eric, yesterday's puzzle was like, nah, we're not going to talk about yesterday's puzzle. Yesterday's puzzle was my least favorite of the puzzles. Some people really liked it. It was not my cup of joe, as they say. It was not my cup of joe. To get that bean water flowing, get it in our bodies, enjoy it. But let's look at day 25 here. Let's see what they're asking us to do. Folks. We're gonna hop in, see if we can get this star, see if we can save Christmas. And here we go. Day 25, Snowverload. Still, somehow, without snow, you go to the last place you haven't checked, the center of Snow Island, directly below the waterfall. Here, someone has clearly been trying to fix the problem. Scattered everywhere are hundreds of weather machines, almanacs, communication modules, hoof prints, machine parts, mirrors, lenses, and so on. Somehow, everything has been wired together into a massive snow-producing apparatus. But nothing seems to be running. You check a tiny screen on one of the communication models. Error 2023. That's this year. It doesn't say what error 2023 means, but it does have the phone number for a support line printed on it. Hi, you've reached Weather Machines and So On Incorporated. How can I help you? You explain the situation. Error 2023, you say? Why, that's a power overload error, of course. It means you have too many components plugged in. Try unplugging some components, and you explain that there are hundreds of components here and you're in a bit of a hurry. Well, let's see how bad it is. Do you see a big red reset button somewhere? It should be on its own module. If you push it, it probably won't fix anything, but it'll report how overloaded things are. After a minute or two, you find the reset button. It's so big that it takes 2 hands to get enough leverage to push it. Its screen then displays system overload. Connected components would require power equal to at least 100 stars. Wait, how many components did you say are plugged in? With that much equipment, you could produce snow for an entire... You disconnect the call and just hang up on the guy. 555 hotline, only 5 cents per nanosecond. It's true, Q23. Fit Piyush, welcome back to the stream. And Sijin, it's so nice to have you here. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope you're doing a beautiful well. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope everything's going wonderful. You have nowhere near that many stars. You need to find a way to disconnect at least half of the equipment here, but it's already Christmas. You only have time to disconnect 3 wires. Fortunately, someone left a wiring diagram, your puzzle input, that shows how the components are connected. For example, all right, so we have a graph. Each line shows the name of a component, a colon, and then a list of other components to which this component is connected. Connections aren't directional. ABC, XYZ, and XYZ, ABC, both are in the same configuration. Okay. Each connection between 2 components is represented only once, so some components might only ever appear on the left or right side of a colon. In this example, if you disconnect the wire between HFX PZL, the wire between BVB CMG, and the wire between NVD JQT, you'll divide the component into 2 separate disconnected graphs. Ooh. It's going to be a minimum cut problem. Multiplying the size of these groups together produces 54. Find the 3 wires that you need to disconnect in order to divide the components into 2 separate groups. So it's not quite a minimum cut because we know how many wires we need to remove. But we could probably do minimum cut on it anyway. Minimum cut. I think minimum cut algorithm. Minimum cut. Holy cryptic Christmas, Batman. Yeah, I've spent hours trying and failing to implement minimum cut. Oh, Smab, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Yeah, I had a feeling minimum cut is a really tough problem. A generalization of minimum cut problem with terminals in is the K terminal. So because we have 3 you tried to get ChatGPT as I have no idea how this algorithm works. Yeah, so the problem with minimum cut is it is a really hard problem, but it's not minimum cut because we know the number of edges that we need to cut. So we have to be able to do something clever. It appears neither to ChatGPT. Indeed. But yeah, checks. We know it has, we know that there are 3 edges. We know the minimum cut is 3 edges, so I'm wondering if we can do something sneaky with it. So we have, here's my thought. Can we do the Monte Carlo simulation here? Can we do a clever Monte Carlo to find it somewhat quickly? It was a graph. How long? 6th grade gone into the dumpster. I have a working solution for the test case. Gotcha. So I'm wondering if there's a Monte Carlo simulation we can do where we randomly build up. Because minimum cut is not doable. Well, we know we have 3. I don't know. Minimum cut feels like the right algorithm. What is it? It's like Wagner. Is Wagner the guy? Stower-Wagner. The Stower-Wagner computes a minimum cut in a weighted, undirected graph. The algorithm works in n phases where n is the number of nodes. I think we did this one. Oh, why, Eric? Why, Eric? All right. So, here's a question. Can I cheat? Is the question. What if we know that there are 3 edges that we need to remove. What if I just graph this? What if I put this into GraphViz and tell it to show me where they're connected? We're gonna try. We're gonna do something dumb. We're gonna do something dumb here. Let's look at this graph. Let's throw this in the graphist. No, but you can do all the things that don't feel like cheating. I have 3,318 wires and 1481 components in my graph. Oh man. We can find there's another algorithm that finds like groups in a graph, communities. What is it? The community graph community detection. Community detection algorithms. One is there's a so I'm filling out sheet for part one. So there's this idea in a graph where you go through and you can build up groups. I'm wondering if there's a way, because we know there's three. Because we know there's three, can we do a thing where we say, okay, take our graph and turn it into two communities? We know we're gonna split it. Flower Heart, no need to take ask away. And Mizzard, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. My thought here, I have a situation. I want to use modified CSS from free and open source sites with crediting the creators as AO3's work skin question. Is that allowed? It depends on the open source license. How is the CSS license? So the question is probably not. What site? I gotta open up a window. It's really hot. The question I have for you is the CSS open source? If the CSS is open source, what license does it have, and how do you have to credit it? So for example, if I just wanted to take the CSS from this site and like mod it, like open it up, go into my sources and download the CSS, that would be probably a copyright violation. At the very least, I think it's a copyright violation. It depends on the licensing on it, but the answer to your question is probably not allowed to do it unless the CSS. It depends on what open source license it is. If you have some site on GitHub and the code is open source, you can do that. As long as you're using an appropriate license. So it's going to depend on the license itself. Do you have a link to the source site? On like where you're getting the CSS from? That's an interesting question. Okay, MIT license? Yeah, so if the source code is an MIT license, you have to MIT license, you're allowed to use it for commercial and non-commercial. And that's interesting. Oh, did opensource.org site license go down? That's rough. As long as, yeah, so it comes down to like, is the code license, when you say open source site, what do you mean when you say open source site? Is it a website for open source, or is the source code actually open source? MIT is a really good license because you can use it for commercial, non-commercial. I believe the thing is that you have to include, MIT is hereby granted free of charge to any person obtain a copy of the software and associated license to deal with this software without restriction. You just have to make sure you also include this license saying, hey, this part of the code is licensed in this way. MIT is a really good open source license that has few restrictions and doesn't cause your code to become open source. But it does need to be distributed with this. So this whole, let's go double check here. License. So you have to make sure that you include this license and say this is and say these files, this part of this code is Martin Villikins and is licensed as MIT. So the part of the code you're using, you have to make sure you include this license. What an MIT license explained. I would read through this one here. And make sure you understand it, but this will explain it better than I can. Oops, I accidentally closed a thing. 1 second. Someone's sending me. Hang on. Bear with me here for a second. Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So we want to do a minimum. We don't want to do a minimum cut. We want to find the smallest three, the 3 edges. I want to graph this out. I want to take this image. I want to see what it looks like. We're going to write a program here. Public record graph string input. Hang on. Make this a class. Steve, it is minimum cut. I think I do want a minimum cut. Minimum cut. We know that there are exactly 3 nodes for the minimum cut. Minimum cut is a maximum cut. I think I want to do a minimum cut. I was thinking of trying to implement Stower-Wagner algorithm, which I've done before, but it's been a while. Never did a graph visualization before, so I'm doing that now. I want to take my graph and visualize it. My gut is telling me that we're gonna, because there's so many nodes here, my gut is telling me that we're gonna have two components that have all kinds of stuff going in them. And then there's gonna be these 3 edges out of it. And then I can just say, what are those? And pull them out. If I haven't got mine working, then I intend to steal your implementation of minimal cut. We'll see if I have to even use it. I think we can also do, I think there's a cut. So this is one of those problems. I think there's a couple different versions. I think there's, what is it called? Maximum flow. So they're doing what I'm doing. That's what I said. Like, I think I can cheat here. To get my star. There's another one, maximum flow algorithm. Is this like Ford-Fulkerson algorithm? I think this is another one. Maximum flow of a flow network, sometimes called the method. I think we could do this is another option for it. So maximum flow, I think either of these algorithms will work. And you want to, what was the other type of approach? I think is going to be network. What was it called? It's when you have components and they call it something else. Network, like niches or something. I can't remember. Just in time for the stream, it seems. Trianco, welcome back. We're still looking at a strategy for ours. I think I'm going to. This problem is a minimum cut problem, I believe. We know that there's going to be 3 in it, and I think I want to do a graph here. Check says, this reminds me of an episode of Babylon 5 where they have to answer really difficult problems, else they get nuked by the alien probe drum. It's true. Christmas is over if we don't solve this problem. So it's all hanging in the balance. But let me build up a graph here. Let's build up our graph. We're gonna have edges. So public. I'm gonna make it let's do private. Private dictionary. Edges. Is equal to a new dictionary. Oh, hang on. This is going to be from string to list of string. Or I can do a hash set. These are hash set of string, like this, and we're gonna build this guy up. Public graph, public static graph parse string input. So we're gonna take it into input, and we're gonna build up a graph. This year's is about Snowverload, so it only affects Christmas in the northern hemisphere. Everyone in the south. It's true. We tend to get Christmas rain here, but not Christmas snow. Rage 3 key. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Feel free to ask me any question you like. You can ask me anything, and I will do my best to answer. I can't promise the answer will be correct, but I promise to say, to try and acknowledge the question. So feel free to ask me anything. But happy Monday, merry holiday. Hope you're doing well. Let's build up our graph first, and then. We got to think about how to do this, because it's been a long, I think I only had to implement this thing once. I think I implemented this one once. I don't think I've ever done Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. This is built into a lot of libraries. So if I was doing, Edmund's CARP algorithm, what's this? Computer science is an implementation of Ford-Fulkerson for computing the maximum flow in a flow network. This algorithm was first published by Yi-Fim Dinth. So, really, if I wanted to, there's probably a library that'll do this. But we're gonna try and implement it ourselves or something of this type. I want to look at this graph first. Let's go. We're gonna parse it in. So we're gonna do input dot replace line endings dot split on environment dot new line. I need my sample input. I guess I don't need my sample. There are definitely libraries that can solve states in one function call. Where's the exactly, Steve? Exactly. That's my backup plan. That's my backup plan. If I knew there was a library, I wouldn't be having this problem. I am 90% sure. Well, so in Python, I know that I'd probably try int_poo. I thought that was, yesterday was int_poo for sure. In Python, network X can do this. Min_cut, yeah. So at my last job, we did a bunch of machine learning stuff, and so network X. In Python, this would be one line call. Build up your graph, find the min_cut, like that. Multiple different ways to do it. Yeah, I believe, so here's the thing. I'm pretty sure min_cut here, the problem is defined in such a way that we know the minimum cut is 3. We know the minimum cut is 3, and that's kind of nice. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas int_poo, it's true. Captain Coder, the Christmas int_poo. All right, let's come in here. We want to do trim and remove empties. And then our input space separated. Okay, so let's write a function public. I don't even know if I need to do that. We have public static string array parse edge list string input, and we'll do string array parts is going to be input.split on that, and then we return parts of 0, comma parts of 1.split on space I'm gonna make a public static. What is the type? String, split, options, trim and remove. Trim and remove. Trim and remove. Redmer! How you doing? I'm doing absolutely wonderful. We're trying to save We're trying to save snow. We're trying to save the snowmas. Hextree, welcome back. How'd you do, my friend? How do you do? How do you do? But we can't quite. All right, then we'll do a select, parse, edge list here. Var lines. We can't quite do this. We have to go through, we have to build this thing up. I don't know that we actually need to have these go both ways. So we do, but my thought is that everything that appears on the right's gonna appear on the left because it's directed. Is this true? Can someone tell me if this is true of our data? Hash set. Mo! So nice to see you, Mo. I understand it's not directed, but do we know that every component, every node is going to show up on the left, so therefore if we see it on the right, we end up with all the edges? It won't. Okay. I didn't think so, but I just wanted to make sure. The problem says it won't. Okay. Hyper asks, how do I know to do parts square bracket 0 as opposed to parts with parentheses? So parts in this case, let me zoom in here. You'll notice parts is an array. And when you want to index into an array, you use square brackets. That's just the syntax saying go to this element. Parentheses are used to denote a function application. So we're calling a function. They're also used to denote like groupings for like if statements. You can put conditionals in them, but that's the biggest thing there. Thindle, I'm doing well. I have a little itch in my throat. I'm hoping that goes away. I'm doing absolutely fabulous. Thindle, how the heck have you been, my friend? And Hyper, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see you. All right, so just to make sure that this works here, we're gonna go through. We have to build this thing up. Can I just go through it twice? Can I just, Merry American Generic Holiday. It's true, Merry Holiday. Hextree, we'll see if we can get to solutions today. I don't think we will, but I do appreciate you submitting it, and we'll try and take a look at your solution as well. This is going to be a string label hash set string edges label a node from, let's call this source destinations like this. And this should be an array of these. It's an enumerable of these. Okay. So I need to build up this dictionary. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned, straightforward way here. Edges. I can actually just do graph. Graph equals new graph. Like this, and then we're gonna add these things in here. I'm like 90% sure that my solution isn't valid in the general case, but it worked for my input, and that's what Christmas is all about. It works for me. But yeah, folks, it's so nice to have all you beautiful people here. I hope you're having a merry morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope you're having a merry day. Let's add a method here. Public void add edge string source string destination, and we're just gonna do the following. We're gonna say if our edges dot try to get value on our source. All right, destinations. We're gonna say if we don't have one of these, we're gonna make one destinations dot equals new hash set, and then we'll do edges of source equals destination. Why do you have trouble here? Hash set string nations. There we go. And then at the end of the day, we do destinations dot add destination. Okay, so we'll add an edge here to the graph. We go through. We're gonna iterate through all of these source destinations, and it needs to go we need to add them both directions. Hang on, and then. Hang on, I almost got this. My brain can't handle it. So we do one direction. Let's do the other direction. Let's do the other direction. All right, so we go one way, we go the other way. When you add in an edge, it adds it to both directions. That's the idea here. Redmer, they are used when the string has a generic type, generic in a sense. Sorry, I missed something. Hyper asked, what does the greater than and less than symbol do? Yeah. So we're saying that this data type, this dictionary, you can think of this as an array. We go from strings to a hashlet of strings. It's called a generic type. So what you can think of up here, let's imagine I had a list of strings. Okay, list of strings, data equals new here. This is saying that this is going to be a list that contains strings. If I want it to be a list that contains integers, I can change this to an int. If I want it to contain doubles, I can set it to double. And so this just specifies the type of data that's in here. It's a little bit trickier here. This dictionary has two generic types. And the dictionary, the way the dictionary works, the left side is our key. I can say string in this case. And then maybe I want to have integers here. Values, let's call this a dictionary, equals this. So what the left side means on our dictionary is that we can, remember how we were talking about the square brackets? I can now index into this thing using strings, foo, equals 7. The right side has to be integers, so I'm gonna store integers in this, and I'm gonna look up their values using strings. If I swapped these, I would look up values. I'd look up values using an integer, and then I would be looking up strings. In this case down here, I have a dictionary that's going from strings to sets of strings. So this is kind of like a list that can't have repeats in it. I hope that answered your question. Good question. Apila, I think I'm going to cheat too. We'll see. I think I have an idea in mind to solve this without having to do a full minimum cut, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong here. I'm gonna put this here. All right, so this is a weird thing I'm doing. Reverse. This should be reverse. This is a hash set. Oh, I see what's going on. Hash set string question mark. Okay. So we go one way, then the other. And I could do, hang on, let me do one thing. Private void underscore add edge. This is what I'm gonna do. String source, string destination. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I put this in here. Check it out. Check it out. This will simplify my life a little bit. And we do add edge source destination, add edge destination source. There we go. So when you add an edge, it's bidirectional. Bidirectional. Steve, my idea is we know that we have a lot of, so if we look at our input, I haven't even downloaded the input yet. Our input has a lot of edges, We know we're gonna have two components in this. My guess is that we're gonna have two very obvious components that are connected this way. And I could be wrong. So we're looking for this cut. My guess is that these, here. So my guess is that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna graph them out. And then just see if I can eyeball it. So my cheat is, can I eyeball it? For the first part, avoid doing the dictionary lookup. If you ever worried about performance, which, you know, Steve, you know I love challenging my garbage collector. Apila, welcome back to the stream as well. And Popcorn, how's it going? Is it fair to call what you're doing? We're gonna. Is that like is that like a lawn care term? Lawn care edging, right? Not now. Yeah. So that's like a term for when you're doing this. Don't go where. Is there something? Okay, Thindle, is there something that's... I have no idea. Is that something that's... Okay, I thought there was a joke here. There is something... Okay. Keep in mind, it's PG-11 teen stream. I don't know if... Okay. Steve, thank you. Thought maybe there was a lawn care thing I wasn't sure of there. So, let me build up my graph here. Gotcha. Yeah, so if that term is not PG-11 teen, let's avoid it. Look, Captain Coder doesn't know... Captain Coder's a simple folk. I don't know all those fancy adult terms. All right, for each... I'm just going to do var here. String source... doesn't need to be a hash set. Enumerable of string. Okay. String enumerable string destinations in lines, and really this should be called edges. Remember System of Saints? I do enjoy those long care videos though. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh yeah, there's so they're part of anyway, apparently there's something I don't understand here. Thank you guys for saving me. I appreciate it. For each thing here, when you graph.add edge source, and then we got to go through all the destinations as well. So I can actually do for each string destination in destinations. I'm not a huge fan of this. Add graph.add edge source destination. Okay. This will make sure that we don't have the same edge in twice. And then we return our graph at the end. Okay. Goob, goob. How's it goobin'? How you goobin', goob, goob? Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Happy Monday. Merry Monday. Happy Yule. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever your day is being, I hope it's a beautiful day. I hope it's being beautiful, whatever the day is. But it's nice to have you here. We're working on this edge problem, graphing problem here, where we are finding the minimum cut. I want to output this. How's the cursed house, Captain? And we're done. It's over. We're out of the cursed house. We moved. It was an epic 3-day battle to fight. It was like a 16-month battle to get out of there. But the last week there were three long days to finally be done, and it's over. It's over, Hyper. We made it out, and we can go on with our lives. All right, so I want to write a public string to dot. Is that the format here? Graph viz dot format. Dot language. Yeah, so we're gonna build up a graph here. And it's just like this. Subgraphs play a role. Let's double check here. I think I have dot installed now. Code example dot. If I do A goes to B. Can I do undirected graph? Let's see. Dot example. Gotta remember the syntax here. I have to say graph first. Mizzard, thank you. Graph G. And this will like... Hang on. Graph double arrow. There we go. Okay. And can I go dot help? Dot help. Output. I can tell it to output. How do I output as an image? I probably want this. Mizzard, you're the best, my friend. Mizzard. Points. Add Mizzard. 500 points. Thank you so much for your help, my friend. .b dash tsvg dash k nito dash o example dot. And this produces an SVG. Awesome. And then do I have an open command on Windows? Does this let me? No, I'd have to manually open an exam. Let's do Explorer here. Then we get our example dot. Is dot that thing from GraphViz I just installed? Yeah, dot is the like the command line to launch. There we go. Might open a couple times. I clicked on that way too many times. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's open this fewer times. So now I just need to output this way. I need to output like this. Can I put multiple things on this side? Nope, that's not what I wanted. File, open. I just want to make sure. Why are you so... There we go. Yes, I can. Okay, so I can put all the out edges on one side. Okay, let's try this thing. I used to do it a lot. So this for our undirected graph, we're gonna do. So I can do this with our. Let me go to our sample input. Our sample input here is this. The translation is going to be the following. I need to put a double arrow in between each one of these. So the translation is I'm going to take each one of these and do a double arrow like this. And then I want to put a comma between all these. If you make this string with more than 2 allocations, it doesn't count. My keyboard has stopped working because it's trying to compile this as some language. It thinks it's something. I can't type here. All right, there we go. Why Visual Studio? Why VS Code? Why are you the worst? Why are you so bad? Right now, I literally won't let me type. It won't let me type. It's making me crazy. Because it's like trying to do something in the background. It's like trying to process this and like highlight stuff. Notice all the highlights. There we go. All right, then we separate these by commas. I want to turn on whatever is doing the underscores here. It's like trying to, it is trying to, it's driving me crazy. So this is the translation. And then on the right side, I need to wrap it as well. Proton! Thank you for the raid, my friend, folks. Be sure to give Proton some love. If you guys don't know the incredible, the infragnable, the untouchable Proton Fig, standing Commodore 64 coding guru, making the game Kart King. I can't wait to play it. Proton, how was your stream? Hope you have a beautiful day. It's on text mode, language mode, document, spelling. I don't how do I turn it off? It's making me crazy. And it's not, sorry, I'm just frustrated. But if we do this, G, I believe this, I don't understand why spelling is even, on. Let it autocorrect TLA. I know. So it was like processing this file and everything locked up. So I believe this will be a translation to a graph here. And I did this the extra hard way. But yeah, Proton, thank you again so much for the raid. Nice to have you here. And so now, I had some stream lag earlier, should be fine now. It's killing me. It's killing me. Let's open this up. So this is our sample. And so here we have this graph. Boom, we can clearly see this is our cut here. Stoya now. Welcome to the stream. How's it going, buddy? Welcome aboard. Happy Monday. Have yourself a merry Monday morning, afternoon or evening. With your beautiful follow, you have made me glad. Stoya now, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Camera Cast. Smap says, how did I get that? So I produced this. And then I used this here. The key to get this nice is we use this Nito flag. Just so you know, if you're doing GraphViz, this Nito flag is gonna group things. It clusters big groups together for you. Yeah, so it clusters things for you. It says, oh, I'm gonna put like weights things based on stuff. Yeah. Stoya now. Yeah, I am doing. Oh, I forgot to do a what. Here's what we're doing today. We're working on day 25 though. We're working on day 25. Let me pin this. We're working on day 25 of the advent of code. It's GraphViz. Good question. GraphViz. So dot format. I am using GraphViz to generate a graph that I can look at here. Yeah, I know, Mizzard. I didn't update my command. So dot is the command line tool for it. There's probably bindings, dot language, C# bindings. You could probably find dot lang. Yeah, you could even use dot lang in C, there's a C# library for it. Graphviz dot language for .NET. Beautiful. Was using dot instead of Nido, and I spent over an hour messing with it. Gotcha. But yeah, we are doing day 25. I know it says day 24 there. We're doing the Advent of Code. The Advent of Code is we're on the last day today. Advent calendar is the 25 days leading up to Christmas. And we're doing this. We've solved almost all of them. If we open up this new one here, you'll notice we start with 25 puzzles. We didn't start with, but if you start on day 1 of December, you only get one. And then every day a new puzzle comes out, and we've been completing it as we go. We're on the final puzzle. The final puzzle, we have a problem that has this input here, or an input like this. My input's actually this. It's much larger. So we have this giant input here. And our goal is to find the minimum cut. So which edges? What was your fix for part 1 yesterday? I'd put an error in my input file, Steve. I had accidentally modified my input file, so I was getting the wrong answer for part 1. That was what I fixed for part 1, was spending 2 hours trying to redo the math and then discovering that I had a bug. I had just modified the input on accident. But yeah, so our goal here, we're trying to find these 3 edges in here. So I'm cheating a little bit at this by producing a graph visualization, and then I'm gonna manually find the cut for mine. Yeah. So unfortunately, I had accidentally modified my input, and so yesterday I was going down a rabbit hole. It was horrible. I hated yesterday's problem, by the way. It's my least favorite AOC problem thus far. I don't know it was that hard. I didn't know it was that hard. Oh God, just joined out. Yeah, we are working on a pretty tricky one. If you're just learning to program, here's some great resources for you, especially in C#. I love C#. I have a book that I am writing that you can go check out. I'll be updating it in a few days here. Releasing a bunch of new content for this in a few days here. But I have a book I've written called Adventures in C#. Had missions that replaces parts of the input on earlier days by Bitcoin addresses. Ooh, that sounds terrible. But yeah, here is a book. If you're absolute beginner, this is a good place to start. If you want a physical book, which I recommend, this is the best book out there in my opinion, C# Player's Guide. And then if you don't have money to buy that, there is a free book that's starting to get a little bit old, still great for beginning, called The Yellow Book. You can get there, but feel free to check out those resources. And the last thing I'll say is join the Discord. Ask your questions on the Discord. We'll help you out there. Lo-Fi Craft, welcome back. We're beaming with Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi, how's it going? May be tall, may be short. I don't know, it's a maybe here. I can't see you, but you may be tall. But one thing I know for sure, maybe has followed. Thank you for following me today. Maybe tall, thank you so much for the follow. Happy Monday. Merry holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Yule. All that good stuff. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow. All right. We are going to output this to a dot here. All right, Steve has challenged me to do it with no allocations, or as few allocations as possible, and we're going to disregard that. Maybe Tall, hey, Kevin, you helped me out a few times on Discord. Great to see you today. You're welcome. I recognize the name, but I'm so glad you're here in the stream. It says you're a first-time chatter. I was pretty sure I'd seen you before, though. But so nice to have you here. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We are working on the Advent of Code. We're actually building out a graph here. So our graph is going to public. Sorry, yeah. Public return. Can we do it? Can we do this? Can we make this a horrible one line? Chaotic Monkey, welcome back. I'm having a beautiful day myself. Here. So we're gonna do a graph G. Here like this. I really want to have an explicit one of these. War crime one-liners are always possible. We're going for it. We're going for the war crime here. We're going for a war crime. Why can't I... can I do this? Is this the thing I can do? Okay, I can do this. All right, so I've got dot installed now. Could you briefly show the format and the output? Yeah, Smab. Here you go. Here you go. And the command line you want, thanks to Mizzard. Mizzard is the one that made, this is, here we go. This is the Mizzard's doing here. I knew we could figure this out. Mizzard gave us a shortcut here. And then our graph is pretty simple this way to build up. But yeah, Chaotic Monkey, I'm so glad you're here, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. But welcome back. Maybe Tall. What a cool name. Chaotic Monkey's a cool. Everyone has cool names. I get so enamored by your wonderful names. Smab, you're welcome. Glad we got it. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then we do need new lines. We want to now in here. We want to edges dot select. When we do a select on this, do I have a key value pair? Key value goes to F. All right. That's weird that it lets me do this here. String.join. New line separated. All right, and then our key value, V is the index. Okay, V is, K is the key value pair. Thank you so much. I was about to be, all right, K is our key value pair. Thank you, Steve. All right, and now this is gonna be our key.key dash, and then I hit something, my keypad is on. All right, here we go. Then we need another set of curly braces. And these are going to be comma separated. Yeah. All right. So now we want to do another string.join. Oh, hang on. We're almost there. Joining another string.join, this time with commas. And this one's going to be k.value. Uh-oh. I've got too many. There we go. Did we get it in one line? Did we do a horrible thing here? All right. To doot here. I've seen worse abominations. Look. It's Christmas. We're just having a jolly good time right now. We're not sad. That we can't do this yet. But we're gonna do a graph here. Let's go into my program. All right, program here. We're gonna do day 25. We're gonna do graph G equals day graph dot parse day 25 dot sample inputs console dot write line G dot to dot. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. CD implementation.net run. Just to see what we get. Does our program run? Do we have an infinite loop? We might have an infinite loop. There we go. Okay, this looks promising. Sample.doot. Let's make sure that we get sample.doot. Let's open this bad boy up here. Go into our implementation, open up the sample doot, make sure it looks similar. And then we're gonna find the edges. Oh no. This is not. This is incorrect. Double edges. Oh. Isn't that what I want? All right. Well, in that case, let's try this. Piyush saying, I'm getting airline 1. Can you show me your input dot file again? Yes. Here it is. Here, I'll do you one better. Let's put this on a gist. That's exactly what I'm doing, Smap. I believe that's what I'm doing. Gist. Let's put it on a gist for you so you can have it. Boom. Create a secret gist. It's a secret. There you go, buddy. Kayla, NVN 007. Kayla. Oh, Kayla. I'm not sure if that's your name, but I would like to thank you. Thank you for following me today. Oh, Kayla NVN. Thank you for the follow. Kayla NVN 007. Thank you for following me today. All right. Did I rerun this? Let's rerun it one more time. And rebuild it one more time. The strict parameter removes double edges. Ooh, TIL. Let's see if this works though. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Dot can read from standard in. If I did, I could do. I believe I could do. .NET run pipe. Is that how we would do it? There we go. I could do that. Yeah. So this will read from standard in out. Let's go ahead and get our input in here. Bum bum. Where's my browser? Chrome browser. Where did you go on me today? I gotta get my input from AOC. Browser input. Why don't you let me find you? All right, here's our input. String. Why is Visual Studio Code doing this to me? I can't type anything here. This is rah. It's the part of the calendar challenge. Sorry, I came here. Merry Christmas, Sebastian, Stubert. Yes, we're doing day 25. String input equals file dot read all text input dot txt. This is day 25. Welcome back to the stream, though, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's put this into our input graph input dot. Do 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 do. All right, solving model. Here it goes. Boom. I should probably I need to put a name on the edges to make it a little bit easier, but I think all right, folks. It's a big file. Moment of crash. Let's see if Inkscape can handle it, folks. What the heck is this graph? We're about to find out. We're gonna see if Inkscape can handle this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Exactly what I said. Look at these balls of fur. I was pretty sure we could cheat this one. So I'm just gonna write these down here. I'm gonna write these numbers down. All right, folks. Maybe we'll implement a maybe we'll implement minimum cut. Maybe we'll implement minimum cut anyway. We got a little bit of time left here. Or maybe I'll just go enjoy my day. I'm gonna make some eggnog. JZV GTJ BBP DVR. So the great thing about this, now I feel sorry for spending so much time looking into Carger and spending half my day debugging. Yeah, try Enco. I have the code that sizes the groups after finding the cuts. Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna write a thing that we're gonna cut these. We're gonna cut these, and then we count. We count them. T, Z. The only reason this works, not the only reason, but one of the reasons this works is because Eric gave us an input where we know, wow, we have a whole ton of edge connections, but we also know that there's going to be 3 edges that only have that connect between, you know, so he's told us QVQ. Here's our edges here. Write down the numbers. Did I write down? I did. We got the numbers written down here. JZV to QVQ, number GTJ to TZJ, and BBP to D. I wrote that down as my handwriting's terrible. To DVR. All right, so you have these written down. So we want to remove these edges. Smab, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, this doesn't actually give us a solution. What it does, though. So Smab, here's an idea on a solution. Can you do? So Steve, the problem with this one is similar to how I felt, I think, about day 21. Is that I don't have, it's like by hand. So I've solved it by hand. Day 21, I also solved by hand. So I don't actually have a program I can run to do it. My solution for day 21 is cool, but my solution for day 21 is there's not actually a program that really runs. There's not really a program that runs. I ended up like eyeballing a growth function. All right, so I eyeballed a growth function. I said, oh, okay, well, when I have a certain number of, it alternates. There's either going to be 13 patterns at the end or 14 patterns at the end. And I wrote a growth function that counts the different patterns that show up inside of this thing. And then I calculated a function, and then manually was like, okay, well, here is the solution. I can calculate it here. So that's the only thing there. That said, I'm going to get this star. Yeah, Steve, so I knew I was close. I just ended up not writing an actual solution, just like today. I'm not going to write an actual solution, but I can rest well knowing that if I had to, if crunch come to push, if push came to crunch, if Captain Crunch needed a berry, I know I could do it. I know I could do it. But let's come in here and we want to have a public void remove edge. Hang on. Hang on. I need this. String source, string destination. And we're going to count the number of, what are we even looking for? We're looking for the number of nodes inside. Is that right? Yeah. Computer just crashed. I'm destined to not solve this map. I'm sorry. Multiplying the size of these groups together produces 54. All right. So we want to find how the edges are. So we have a source destination. Remove edge is we want to go into our edges of source dot remove destination and edges of destination dot remove source. This. Gotcha. Yeah, so we're gonna remove our edges here in part 1. Let's do our, come on. When do we push to GitHub? Well, you want me to do it now? Git status, git add, git status, git commits.m. Sure. Wonk Naughty wants us to push. Push it. Push it real good. Do. We pushed it up to GitHub. We pushed it to GitHub. Wonk Naughty. Whenever we feel it. No, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay. So I know Did all your tests pass before you pushed? You monster. Look, I'm a monster here. Fixed it. Here, get. Let's do get. Add. Here, we can fix it. We can fix it. Get, add. Here. Chore. Y. All right. Chore. Fix tests. Here we go. So we fix all our tests here. Hang on. And then we want to do a get. How do we we want to do? We want to get. Hang on. I forget the command here. We want to do a squash merge. Get. Oh, that's what I should have done. It's okay. That's what I should have done. I wanted this to go through and we can delete a commit and then we squash them together. But I don't really care. Walkner, do you play Rocket League? I haven't. Rebase. There we go. The word rebase was so get rebase -I head to. Let's go back to here. Squash. Boom. Boom. There we go. We just get rid of that second one. No one ever has to know. All right. And we can do a push, and it's going to say, hey, you can't do that. It's going to say, you can't do that. And we're just going to say, screw it. Push it up there. Force it. Let's blow up it all. I like to play Rocket League whenever I need to feel bad about myself. So I love working at summer camps. Summer camp, we often play it. We forced it. Christmas is ruined. Christmas is ruined. Look, all our tests pass. Check it out, folks. All of our tests pass. We get the green. Come on. .NET test. Here, I'll run it from the command line. You'll see. We get all green passing tests here. All of our tests pass. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day when our tests pass. There we go. Shh. No one saw. Okay. So we want to go in here and we need to... you can still check out the unsquashed commits if you... Quiet! Q23. No one asked. Mine is really skewed. Dot graph is too large for Cairo render bitmap scaling by to fit. That is Piyush. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eric hates you. It's not true, Eric. I'm kidding. Eric doesn't hate anyone. He loves us all. Eric is basically the Santa Claus of programming. Darth Blackman, I have a headache from trying to use particles in UI Unity all day. I came to relax. Enjoy, Darth Blackman. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Happy to have you here. Yeah, we can get rid of it. We can take care of that. Go away these. All right, so we want to build up our graph here. Gonna build up our graph. Then we're just gonna do g.remove edge. And then the edges we happen to know are JZV to QVQ. We cheated and found the edges using a dot graph. Ender 507. We've got Ender in the stream. We got Ender today. Ender is following the Captain Coder. Hey, Ender 507. Thank you for following me. Ender 507, we are working on the embed of code. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. I hope you are having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. We are doing the admin of code, which is a serious... It's really difficult to not spoil part 2. It's true. If you've done an admin of code, you know what part 2 is. Redston, there's a lot to say. Merry Christmas, Merry Holidays, Happy Yule. Happy Yule, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful day. But Ander, we are doing AOC. We're on puzzle 25. We're on puzzle 25 today. Snowverload. And it's a graph. It's a minimum cut problem, so we have a graph here. Buncher, oh boy, welcome to the stream, my friend. What a name. But yeah, we have this graph here with these edges, and we just got to get it. Smap, I'm sorry your system crashed. That sounds terrible. All right, so here's the cool thing. I know that if I count, I can do a thing that counts the number of nodes, counts the number of nodes. So now we just do a breadth first count, traversal where we count the number of nodes. And we know that inside of these two graphs it's connected. So I can just do a breadth first from a specific node and count the number of nodes I touch. And I can start at JZV and QVQ because I know that they're in two separate components. They're in two separate components, folks. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so now I just got to do public Redstone beans. Remaking my dungeon generator. Very nice. Liminix, welcome back. Merry holidays to you. Merry holidays. We're going to do an int public long count nodes. So we can do a count nodes in here. And we're cheating a little bit. String start. Okay. We're gonna do a breadth first fill. We can do a depth first fill if we wanted to. We're gonna do a breadth first fill because it's in my mind. It's what we always do. It's how we always do it. And so we have a hash set of string visited here. So this is our start. See, Smab, that's where we differ. That's where we differ. I could do it. All right, look. We'll do it both ways. We'll do two. Let's see if we can get it working with one first. The only difference is that I'm gonna swap out to visit. I'll just call it Q equal to new Q here, and then Q.enqueue start. All right. And then we are gonna do a our Q dot is try DQ. We're gonna try and pull a bad boy out of there. Hope counting the code is more than 30 lines, so I can fill just fine to my solution being at least shorter Tranco. Well, the way I write it. Because too lazy to type import Q in Python. Oh, so you do like an explicit Q. We're gonna do out. This is try DQ of out. String next. Here like this. At the end of the day, we're gonna return visited.count. I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I have a thing? Question mark. There we go. All right. At the end of the day, we're going to have all the things we visited inside of this set. And we're going to say the following. For each neighbor, so we're going to go into our edges. String neighbors in edges dot edges of next. If we have visited this neighbor, we don't want to see again. Continue. Skip it. Otherwise, Q.enqueue, we're going to say we want to go to this neighbor. If visited contains, I called it neighbors. Enqueue this neighbor, we're going to say we have visited neighbor. Is this all we do for, this is where I always get wrong. With breadth first search, we go through and look, if we want to make it a depth first search, we just change this to a queue. I think if you just use a regular list and you just pull off the end, it becomes a stack. And then you don't have to worry about it actually being a stack. Taking an element off the end of an array list, off the end of a list here is zero cost. Okay, so then we're gonna do count. We're gonna do g.count nodes from JZV times g.count nodes from QVQ. Voila! All right, folks. Let's try it. Let's do a thing. Test very specific implementation. Part 1. Test very specific implementation. Let's rename this. Very specific solution. All right, we're gonna test our very specific solution on the puzzle inputs. Now right with my input exactly, Steve. Puzzle input. Day 25. Puzzle inputs cannot be found. Interesting. Very specific. An object reference is required for non-static. Public static. Oh, there we go. Read-only puzzle inputs. I gotta put our input in the correct spots. Let's put this into our folder here. All right, let's try it. .NET test. Should fail. Give us a number back. Come on, baby. No whammies. Come on. Come on. Captain needs a new... Clearly, something's gone wrong. The giving key VR. All right. VR, DVR. Captain needs a new Christmas tree. Come on. First try. First try. Come on. Well, that's a... All right. All right. Did I do this math right? Come on. There we go. We done did it. We done did it, folks. We done diddle done dude. We done diddle done dude. All right. Christmas is saved. Everybody, we can get snow. All right, let's continue to part 2. You climb over the weather machines under giant springs and narrowly avoid a pile of pipes as you find and disconnect the 3 wires. A moment after you disconnect the last wire, the big red reset button on your module makes a small ding. System overload resolved. Power required is now 50 stars. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice goggles and a loose-fitting hard hat peeking out from behind an ultra crucible. You think you see a faint glow, but before you can investigate, you hear another small ding. Power required is now 49 stars. Please supply the necessary stars and push the button to restart. All right. You have enough stars to push the big red button. Should we push it? Smab, thank you for the Christmas star. Should we push the button, folks? Folks, one's in the chat to push the button. Come on. We gotta no one wants me to push this button. Never push it. Never push it. The big red button, that's scary. That button's scary. It's like the sweating guy meme. The sweating guy meme. Don't do it, Piyush. Don't do it. We can remain at 49 stars forever. We don't understand the concept. Don't push. Let's go back to Iron Sound. That sounded more fun. Don't look. Push. Q23, thank you. You supply all 50 stars and restart global snow production. Look at that. Look at that CSS. As you reach the edge of Snow Island, you can already tell from way up here that everyone will have a white Christmas this year after all. You've been manipulated into doing this by Thanos. It's a Thanos. We just, where do you, that's not snow. Oh no, that's not snow. That's dust from half the people being evaporated. Congratulations. You finished every puzzle in the Advent of Code 2023. I hope you had as much fun solving them as I had making them for you. I'd love to hear you about your adventure. You can get in touch with me via contact info on my website through Twitter or Mastodon. If you'd like to see more things like this in the future, please consider supporting. To hear about future projects, you can follow me on Twitter. I've also highlighted the Easter eggs in each puzzle, just in case you missed any. Hover your mouse over them, and the Easter egg will appear. Apparently, I did miss all the Easter eggs. If you push without looking, nothing bad can happen. It's true. It's true. It's like the ostrich. I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, folks, we done did it. We kind of cheated this one. I feel a little bad for... I don't feel that bad. Is it cheating? That's not snow. Oppenheimer's been running tests on Desert Island again. Oh no. Oh no. So I think a better solution, a proper solution is doing minimum cut algorithm. So I would suggest, this is the one I've done. I would suggest the Stower, if anyone wants to solve this correctly, I would recommend using the Stower-Wagner algorithm. Stower-Wagner algorithm. Which, it's the one I've done. I don't know if it's actually, it should solve. But basically, you end up shrinking your graph down as you go until you find, like, you find, like, these super collections, I believe. The other one that we looked at was the, uh-oh, I hit record. Stop. Yeah. I like the secret codes on those items. A simple G. Yeah, it's true. All right, folks. Thank you guys so much for being here with me on this beautiful day. I'm gonna get going. It's a holiday for me. I'm super. Oh, do we get an animation? Hang on. We usually get an animation. Look at that. Look at the snow going. The snow going. What a beautiful year, folks. Super fun. Yeah, I will be back. When am I gonna be back? I'm not gonna stream. I'll be back next week on Tuesday. I'll be back on January 2nd, folks, for the new year. Have yourselves a happy holiday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We're gonna go find someone to raid. We're gonna find someone to raid here, but have yourselves a merry little Christmas. Hope your New Year's great. Captain Coder's gonna go take a nap for 7 days. I'm gonna take a big old nap. I've been getting exhausted. I'm gonna go hibernate. We're gonna find someone to raid. We can find someone who's doing Advent of Code. Unless there's any suggestions, we can do one up time. One up time, still doing day 24. Kuva Man's doing Advent of Code in Rust. Let's go raid Bad Cop. Bad Cop. We're gonna raid Bad Cop. Doing it in Bash. Code Rad Games is not doing Advent of Code, but that's a good suggestion. Normally I would love to raid Code Rad, but we're gonna raid. We're gonna give Bad Cop a raid. They are doing day 9. I'm sorry, Dark Fleckman. I'm sorry, Code Rad. It's Code Rad. I'm sorry. All right, so folks, do we want to do Bad Cop, who's doing it in Bash, which is hilarious, amazing, hilarious, and awesome. We can do him Crayon Craft, doing it in Python. Attempting Advent of Code and failing. We're gonna go do Bad Cop, I think. Bad Cop, friend of the channel. I don't think I've rated them in a while. All right, folks, remember to keep coding. Keep growing, be the best you can be, and you're welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day. I will see you next year. Bye-bye.